Hi there, music fans. Welcome to another one of my polls, another top 10. And today I'd like to give you my top 10 favorite tracks by the fantastic Tina Turner. And yeah, this week we lost Tina Turner, one of the greatest singers of all time. Um, yeah, growing up, I never really liked too many female singers. I mostly liked male singers that I could kind of like sing along with, and people like Cliff and Elvis and stuff like that. But there was a couple of female singers that I really, really loved as well over the years, and Tina was definitely one of them. Yeah, I mean, I think she's a great loss to music. I think everybody will agree that. Um, I remember in 1996, I went to one of them student exchange to Belgium, and I stayed with a host family, and that whole family absolutely loved Tina Turner, and I think they'd only just been to one of their concerts, so they were still kind of buzzing from it, and they were. I just remember them talking all the time about Tina Turner, how fantastic she was live, and they sat me down one night and actually watched one of our concerts, and yeah, I was absolutely stunned. She was absolutely incredible. I never got to see her myself live in concert, but I did see footage. I watched that concert that night with the family in Belgium, and um, I think that made me more of a fan actually. By staying with that family, they really got me into Tina Turner. So probably the last 20 odd years I've been listening to her music, and absolutely loved it. So here's my top 10, and with all greats, there's going to be a lot of great songs left out. So I have a couple of honorary mentions I just want to mention before I get into my top 10. So here's a few honorary mentions. So Two People, written by Terry Britton and Graham Lyle. Fantastic cover of "Come Together" she did with Ike Turner. Typical Male, another Terry Britton classic. The theme tune to Golden, I absolutely loved that. James Bond theme. The cover of "Help," the Beatles' "Help." She done a fantastic version. Actually, John Lennon wrote that song the way she sang it. He had a real slow version of that as the demo, and it was actually George Martin encouraged the Beatles to speed it up and make it more Beatlish for the release. But that's the way John wrote the song. Is the way Tina sang it. Way of the World, absolutely loved that. I remember that when that single came out. Simply the best. I didn't have that in my top 10. I feel like it's probably being overplayed, and it's never been one of my favorites. It's probably because it's being overplayed, and just missing my top 10. I have Let's Stay Together. That probably would have been number 11. Anyway, I'll get straight into the top 10 now. So number 10, I have I Don't Want to Lose You. Just an absolutely beautiful song. Absolutely love her singing ballads as well as rockers. Number 9 is the only song I think in her whole career that she actually wrote, and it's Nutbush City Limits. Absolutely fantastic rock track. It's really surprising that she never wrote anything else, but absolutely love that track. Number 8 is the Phil Spector classic River Deep Mountain High. Absolutely love that track. Yeah, I love Phil Spector's work. We'll forget about his private life, but as a producer, he was absolutely amazing. And yeah, I love River Deep Mountain High. Number 7, I have one of my favorites, Private Dancer. Just an absolutely fantastic song written by Mark Knopfler, even though it's from a female's perspective. Um, it's about like a lap dancer or a show dancer, and yeah, it surprised me when I found out that Mark Knopfler wrote it. But over the years, I actually just thought that Mark Knopfler played that lead guitar on that song, and then only probably the last couple of years I found out that it's not. It's actually the late great Jeff Beck. He's actually playing lead guitar on that, so that makes me even like it even more because I absolutely love Jeff Beck. Number 7, I had Private Dancer, just a fantastic record. And number 6 is a duet. It's the only duet I have in it, but I absolutely love Brian Adams, and he wrote a fantastic rocker that Tina sang with him, and it's called "It's Only Love." Absolutely fantastic track. Number 5, I think it's the only Ike and Tina song in my top 10, but I absolutely love Fool in Love. I think it was their first single in the early 60s, just a Fool in Love. I absolutely love that track. So number four, I have the 80s classic, one of them, just it's a standout Emmy, the Grammy winning What's Love Got to Do with It, written by Terry Britton. Um, yeah, just an absolutely fantastic track. Um, yeah, Cliff covered it. Cliff is convinced that it was written for him to sing, but I don't know. Bucks Fizz had it before Tina did, and uh, their version is absolutely terrible. I actually listened to it on Spotify. Absolute terrible version they did of it, and I think Tina made it the actual classic it was. Cliff did actually record a version in the early 2000s, and I don't think it was anywhere near as good as Tina's version. I wouldn't say that about too many Cliff songs because I love Cliff covering songs, as you know, but I think Tina done the definitive version. I think even Cliff would admit that Tina done the definitive version of What's Love Got to Do with It. So number three is another one written by Terry Britton, and I've never been a fan of the Mad Max films. I'm a big movie fan, but I've never gotten into the Mad Max films. Um, and this was written for the third one, which starred Tina Turner alongside Mel Gibson, and it's We Don't Need Another Hero. But I absolutely love the track. I love the song. It's one of my absolute favorites. We Don't Need Another Hero. What a fantastic track. The next one is a cover. It's probably, if not the greatest cover of any song ever. And it's Proud Mary. Yeah, Tina just put her own stamp on that, or Ike and Tina put their own stamp. It was really Tina, but her own stamp on John Fogerty, Creedence Clearwater Revival's Proud Mary. Just an absolute classic, and definitely a highlight of any of our live shows. So what beats Proud Mary? Not a lot. Only one track for me anyway. And it's a song written by Tony Joe White, which Tony Joe White was a kind of one of them swampy guitar singers of the late 50s, oh no, late 60s, early 70s, and he wrote that fantastic track for Elvis, Polk Salad Annie, which is one of the highlights of any Elvis live show. And yeah, he wrote that song. And in a kind of same style, he wrote one of the best car songs I ever heard, and it's Steamy Windows. Absolutely love Steamy Windows. It's one of the best driving songs. Although I say driving songs, it's more about parking than it is driving, if you listen to the lyrics. But absolute fantastic track. I absolutely love it. Yeah, and again, I thought because Joe White wrote the song, I thought that was him playing guitar on that track as well. And no, it wasn't. It was Jeff Beck again. And so it makes me even like it even more again. Beck played lead guitar on Steamy Windows as well. Absolutely love Steamy Windows. So that's my top 10. I'll run through them real quick again. I Don't Want to Lose You, Not Much City Limits, River Deep Mountain High, Private Dancer, It's Only Love, Fool in Love, What's Love Got to Do with It? We Don't Need Another Hero, Proud Mary, and Steamy Windows. So that's my top 10. And yeah, as I say, great loss to music. One of my, if not my favourite female singer of all time, Tina Turner. Anyway, if you have any comments, leave them in the section below. If not, thank you and bye.